Well, hello. I've been away for ages. I'm really sorry. I'm going to explain everything to you right about now. I know that I said that I was taking a week away and it turned into two. What actually happened was I completely forgot. Um, I've had so much going on this past few weeks. We decided to, well, I wanted an actual filming room set up, so we decided to move loads of furniture around, switch around rooms. We built new furniture and stuff as well. So in like the midst of all of this going on, I completely forgot to vlog or to upload or anything. I remembered last Sunday night, whenever right about before I was about to go to sleep, and I'm like, I forgot. But I know that you guys won't mind. So again, switching all the rooms and stuff around. I wanted like a dedicated room for filming because there are certain videos that I want to make it would be nice to have somewhere to actually sit and film as well as sitting here. Like if I'm gonna do makeup videos and stuff like that, I'm not gonna sit and do it at my gaming setup, you know. I would rather like have a dedicated space for that. So it's all sorted out now. We just need to paint. We're gonna paint this room and the other two bedrooms as well. It badly needs done, so we're just gonna get on with it and do it. I'm sitting with my hand like this, by the way. Like my hands, see how you can see knuckles on this hand and nothing on this hand? Well, let me tell you. Whenever the cabinet that's right behind me there, whenever we built that, we were putting the TV on top of it, and as we were lifting the TV to set it on top of it, I smashed my hand into the top of the unit, and I honestly thought at the time I'd broken my hand. It was so unbelievably sore. So that happened last Sunday. I was busy, didn't think anything more about it after, the next 10 minutes of going, oh, I think I've broke my hand, but I hadn't because I could move everything. So all week, my hand had started to swell like it is now. This is obviously, this side of my body is the side where I had my lymph nodes removed. So whenever I had my lymph nodes removed, I was told like I need to be careful with this arm. I need to be careful with banging it, cutting it, anything like that, because your lymph nodes are what sort of drain away fluid and stuff. Whenever you swell, it's your like limb or whatever part you've banged filling up with fluid. So that I knew that it wasn't good, but I was just hoping, it would go away by itself. Cut to, it was yesterday I went to the doctor, so the night before that, today is Thursday, no, what, Tuesday night. Oh, by the way, it is the 11th today, Thursday the 11th of August. See, it's been so long, I've only been away 2 weeks and I forget how to put one of these videos together. But yeah, so Tuesday night, I'm such a fat bitch. Tuesday night, I knew it was time to go to the doctor's whenever I couldn't fit my hand inside a Pringles tube any longer. So I was like, flip me, my hand must be like really swollen, because like my hands have never usually had a problem going into Pringles tubes before, but I couldn't fit it in at all. So I woke up early on Wednesday, phoned the doctor. She said she wanted me to come down for a face-to-face appointment because she needed to make sure that it wasn't broken. And I was like, I was fairly sure it wasn't because I could move everything. It's just painful to touch on the top side here and running down into my wrist. She done all the checks and stuff like that and said that no, she didn't think it was broken either. But what we need to do is I have to keep my arm elevated. So I have a sling. We made, like, the doctor didn't give me one. We made one just out of an old t-shirt. So I've been keeping my hand in this position. And after sort of a few hours of having it in that position last night, you could actually see my hand was like flat here and swollen out here. So it was working. So obviously, like, I can't really type. I can't play games. I can't do most things because I'm right-handed. She said that she wanted to try this first to see whether gravity would help shift the fluid. And if it doesn't like ease up and go down by the end of the weekend on Monday, I need to phone her up because I'll need to go up to the hospital. She didn't say what, but I would presume that it would be draining it. But let's hope it doesn't go there anyway. Because that just sounds like an absolute nightmare. A friend of mine was talking to me about this, and he had fluid drained after an operation, and he said it was not nice, but he did feel immediate like relief whenever the fluid was out. It's like, what else? Oh, I know what else bad can happen to me. My toes. Like, remember I showed you guys my toes, what had happened to them after the chemo, they went all black and everything. Well, they're not sore or anything anymore, apart from one toe. Like, the end of it constantly feels like I've just stubbed it. Like, it feels like the bone is right up against the skin. It feels horrible. So while I was at the doctor's yesterday, I asked her about it, and she thinks that it's like an ingrown toenail on one side. So she told me what to do. I need to soak it for 10 minutes every day and then get a cotton bud and push the skin away until the nail grows out. But if this does not work, and this is a reoccurring issue for me, I'll have to have surgery, and the surgery does not sound nice at all. They basically freeze your toe. That in itself doesn't sound nice, being injected with anesthetic into your toe, which is already quite sensitive. Then they will cut out that bit of toenail, pour acid on it to stop the nail growing back there, and then you're bandaged up, but apparently it's meant to be sore for a while after. So I'm just like, what else can happen to me? You know, it's everything like seems to be going wrong. It's like I've already had like 8 months of horrible stuff happening to me. Give me a break already. So I'm just fingers crossed that we can get this arm sorted out, because I know that lymphedema is not nice and it's dangerous, and I am obviously at high risk of it. So hopefully the old gravity trick works. Apart from getting the house and everything like sorted out and changing the rooms and stuff, my nephew, now he took his first steps in front of me, but not his actual first steps. He'd done that the day before, I think, but his first ever steps in front of me. So I'm going to insert a couple of videos now. I've already checked with his mum and dad, and they're fine with it. So enjoy this. It made my heart burst. Absolutely and utterly boist. You coming over? You coming over again? Good boy. Look at the smart boy. He's a good boy. Come on, walk over. You can do it. You can do it. Good boy. He's a good boy. Isn't he the cutest wee bean ever? He's an absolute wee sweetheart. His name's Tom. He's just the cutest wee baby ever. But like, he's so pleased with himself being able to like walk and whatnot now. And I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he's like, no, he's taking like 15, 16 steps by himself now. And I'm like, your heart is going to be broken. Like, whenever you have, like, any parents out there know, like, you always want your kids to walk and everything until they do, because then they're like 50 times more work. At least whenever they're stationary, you can keep a closer eye on them. Whenever they're on their feet, they're into everything. But I couldn't believe that like he took steps and all in front of me, and he's just honestly the cutest wee boy. Now it will be my niece's turn, but she's only just turned 6 months old, so I mean, we'll give her some time and whatnot. But she's another gorgeous wee baby. She's just so pleasant, and just sits and watches you and examines everything that you're doing, and just they're both very like just pleasant, passive kids, you know. And I'm not saying that because, you know, everybody thinks their own swan's the whitest and all the rest of it, but they are. They just are. They're lovely. So I thought like I would share that video and stuff with you guys, because I know that you'll appreciate it, seeing some nice stuff on this channel for a change, instead of all the doom and gloom that usually comes with my uploads. What I have to do today, or not today, for the rest of this week, and bearing in mind I'm doing all this with one hand, need to fill in some like holes that are in the walls, just from, you know, where like a picture would have been, or an old shelf. that we're not keeping anymore, take those down, fill in the holes to get everything prepped for painting. Tomorrow evening we're going to go and get the paint and all the stuff that we need to do it. Then Saturday we're going to do this room. We're going to get this room all sorted out first. Then Sunday I obviously have to move everything back to its place and stuff. And then we can work on the other rooms. But yeah, I'll try and vlog some of it, but I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to actually do, because it's going to be hard enough doing the stuff with one hand, like without using that one hand for a camera and just watching things happen. But I'll try and get on and update you at least. And don't worry, I have not forgot about me sort of diversifying the content on this channel. I haven't forgot about that at all. It's just I haven't had the chance to do much because we've had so much stuff to do in the house. But hopefully I'll be able to get like into the routine of like getting sort of different content and stuff up onto the channel. It's just hard at the minute with so much going on in the house and not really having a place to sit and film because everything's going to be getting moved. But I know you guys understand, so we'll stop talking about it now. But anyway, until the next update, thank you so much for watching. So today is Saturday the 27th, and the update that you've just seen happened weeks ago at this stage. I know some of you guys have been asking like where I've been and whatnot. What had happened was we continued decorating. So everything has been everywhere in this house. I haven't had a chance to sit and record anything. My hand is still wrecked. I'll show you. This is the good hand. So if you look, you can see knuckle definition and stuff in this hand. You can't in this hand. If you look at them now, like this is the good hand, you can see my knuckles, and this looks like it's a full up rubber glove. I need to phone the doctor on Monday. I keep forgetting. And they'll refer me to the lymphedema clinic, so I'm going to need to get it seen too. I went back to streaming this week, so I've been really busy with that. But you know how long it's been between the two updates, because look at the difference in eyebrows. My eyebrows have grown back, and I've like got quite a bit more hair and stuff coming back now too, which is good. I also managed, that was another thing that had put like a spanner in the works for me with recording and stuff. Whenever I tried to hook my camera that I'm using now up to the computer, hold on, nothing ever changes here, I can't get my words out. But I had recorded a couple of updates, and whenever I was using this camera, it would just cut off randomly. It wasn't, you know, like at the 3-minute mark it would turn off. It was happening at different sort of time frames of how long I'd been recording for. So the capture card that I was working had just gave up the ghost on me. So I had to order a new capture card, which I'm using now. Used it to stream yesterday. Totally fine, no issues at all. So that was another thing that had stopped me from recording too, but I'm back now. I'm trying to think of what's been going on. I went back to streaming 3 days a week, so Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and it was great. My nerves were shattered on Monday. It is horrible. I had like fight or flight and everything kicking in. Before I went live, whenever you're sitting on your starting screen and the timer's ticking down and you're just feeling sick, like the fear of being live on camera again is crazy, even though everyone that's there are friends, you know, like the community over on Twitch, we're all mates at this stage. It doesn't make it any less nerve-wracking, but it was fine. Everything went great. Just the fact now that like whenever you are a live streamer, it's a muscle. It's definitely a muscle. Like the ability to like play a game, read chat, keep on top of everything, you lose it fast if you're not using that muscle every day. So it's going to take me a while to get back into it, but it'll come back, you know what I mean? I learned it once whenever I started streaming. I can do it again. Just might take me a wee bit longer this time because after all the cancer treatment and stuff, my brain's like mush. So it's just not holding on to stuff the way that it used to. We caught, well, we had a mouse in our house. This wee mouse, like we first seen it, it would have been a couple of months ago in the kitchen. And we'd thought, oh, it's come in through a vent or something like that. We don't have like a mouse problem or anything. But Chris had walked into the kitchen. It would have been whenever I was in the middle of treatment, actually. So it would have been a while ago now, probably June or May or June. He had walked downstairs to get me a drink or something to eat or something like that at night, walked in, and there was a mouse in the kitchen, and it just took off and went up the side of the washing machine. So anyway, we didn't think anything of it. We thought, oh, it's just get out the way that it's come in again, or like the way that it get in. But no, last week, he and I were both standing in the kitchen, and I was cooking something and he was standing over by the vegetable rack and we're talking, and this mouse just jumped out from behind our vegetable rack and like went underneath the freezer. So I'm like, right, I wonder whether it has come back in again or whether it's just never left. But like, I don't know how I would survive because I mean, we don't have food sitting about or anything like that. So we ordered a humane trap from Amazon because we are massive animal lovers, and there's no way in the world that I'm having like a mouse killed. If there's an easy way of getting it out, I would prefer to like trap it and then release it. So the past few nights this week, we had set the trap in the kitchen with some peanut butter in it. And well, probably about a week ago we started this, and no mouse. Night after night, no mouse. And then Chris had went and looked at the trap, and the wee shit had been getting in, but because it was so light, like it was only a small like field mouse, because it was so light, it hadn't been triggering the sensor pad that whenever, the way it works is it stands on this sensor pad to get at the peanut butter, and then it'll close the door behind it. It was too light that it was just walking into the trap, eating its fill of peanut butter and then leaving again. So we figured out, Chris had looked at it and he's like, that looks like we marks in that peanut butter that we getting in there. So we had to like wangle, like weighing the pad down just enough so that the slightest touch would close the door. So we done that yesterday, and then this morning, whenever Chris had been downstairs, we had a mouse. So I'll insert the bad picture now of the wee mouse in the trap. It's peanut butter all over the inside because it's obviously get in there, the door's shut and it's like went mental. So it's mushed all the peanut butter down. It looks like it has went number 2 all over the place, but it hasn't. So he didn't want to release it until I'd seen it because he knows how much of an animal lover I am. So he put, this morning whenever he'd seen it, he put a tea towel over the top of the trap just to not let any light in, to try and, calm it down and whatnot, so that it wasn't too freaked out. And I went down, took the photo that I'd put up for you guys to see just there now, and then we took it outside and released it. We're almost convinced that how it got in, because there aren't, like, we looked outside, I thought that there was like a hole in the wall from where they had ran electrics from the house out into our shed, but everything's filled up. So we think that what has happened is we had a box of like fresh plates and cups and stuff in our shed, and they were all wrapped up with like bubble wrap. We'd brought those into the house, and we think that the mouse was probably in that box using it to sleep in. So we think that's how it got in. But we released it outside, out in our back garden, just underneath the hedge, so that if there were any cats or anything like that about, at least it had a chance. There's water and everything. There's a river that runs along our back garden, as you guys know. So if it needs like a drink or anything like that, it's got everything it needs out there. So hopefully it's fine now and it doesn't come back in. I had been worried about our cat, but we have like a draft excluder attached to the bottom of the kitchen door, so it wouldn't have been able to squeeze in past that. There's no way, because it panicked about, maybe if it comes out at night and it goes under the kitchen door into the living room, then the cat will get it, and that horrified me, the idea. But didn't happen. It couldn't get in, so that's good anyway. And the cat's not allowed in the kitchen unless we're with her, because I don't like the idea of, like a cat jumping up and walking around our work surface and stuff like that. whenever like we're preparing food and stuff there. And as well as that, whenever we first moved into this house, we did allow the free reign of the entire house. But she had done this thing where she would go into the kitchen at night, which is directly below our bedroom here, and she would just sit and ping the cupboard door underneath the sink, so it was just a constant banging noise all night. So like, you're not staying out there. You can have the rest of the house, you're not having the kitchen. So that's been all. I haven't been like, obviously I've explained why I haven't like really been around on YouTube and stuff like that. I think because I haven't been here or uploading in quite a few weeks now, I might get shadow banned. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favour, and if you're seeing this and watching this video, will you drop a comment just saying seen it or something along those lines, just so that I know that it's getting through to people. I am going to start working on different kinds of content and stuff like that probably this upcoming week, because I don't have enough to update on a weekly basis. We've talked about this before anyway. So I'm planning on doing like different content and stuff, which I will get up. I'm not too sure what upload day I'll stick to or whatever, but it mightn't be every Sunday at 6 the way the vlogs were. I just need to see what works best with me kind of being back to streaming and everything now. And not that I'm forgetting about you guys, because I'm not at all. It's just before I wasn't, like, I was pretty much just going through treatment and I didn't really have that much to fill up my days, so it was easy to stick to that. Now I'm basically like on a sort of part-time working schedule, so I need to figure out when the best time is to upload, but also like when are the best times that I can get content for YouTube made to have it up. Again, a lot of you were asking and stuff where I was and that. I did put up a community post, but I don't know, again, if I've been shadow banned, whether you guys seen it or not. But I will say that the best way of keeping on top of everything, like all updates and stuff, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter link's down in the description. I post on Twitter all of the time, like basically daily. I've always got something to have a wee post about. So any like updates or anything, the quickest way to find out is probably through Twitter. What else? Oh, I have merch now. For streaming and stuff, but it's Alana Deadly merch. And I also have a website as well set up now too. If you want to check any of these things out, like, you're more than welcome to. I'll put the link down in the description bar as well, but you can find everything at alanadeadly.com. I have that domain, which is cool. Anyway, I will see you guys very, very soon. And it'll not be a vlog, it'll be some other kind of content. And people have been asking about the makeup stuff. Absolutely. I told you I'm going to do makeup tutorials and makeup reviews and stuff like that, because it's always been a passion of mine. I will definitely be doing that. I also want to do some reaction videos and stuff, again, because the content on this channel has been quite heavy. You know, it's a lot of cancer stuff, so I would like to do some funny TikTok reactions and stuff like that, just to bring a bit of humour back. Because even though I'm out of my treatment and stuff like that, a lot of you guys aren't, and we need to remember to laugh, you know? We've still got air in our lungs right now, so let's laugh with it, you know? But makeup might take a wee bit longer, just because I'm still in the process of trying to sort out my filming room. I need an actual filming room for that. I can't sit at my gaming setup to film makeup videos, because all of this equipment is very expensive and I don't want like powder and stuff in it. So I have an entire room now set up for doing makeup tutorials and everything like that, which is pretty cool as well. I feel very, very lucky. Motion detected front door. Shut up. Yeah, I feel like very lucky and grateful that I'm able to have that. But I have a lot of stuff planned for the channel. I do, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy making it. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to be back. I definitely miss my YouTube family whenever I'm not here. It was just such an absolute bummer that I wasn't able to get filming or doing much because of just everything that we had on in the house. But until next time, make sure you follow me on Twitter because you'll get the updates quicker there. And I will see you very, very soon. Take care and bye-bye.